Westminster don't want the people of Scotland to have a say in our future. Of course they don't. People of Scotland will get the referendum when we vote for it. It can be so much better for so many folk. Scotland's blessed in so many ways with communities, with talent, with businesses that have got so much potential, but too many people are struggling to get by. Nobody in Scotland should be living in poverty. We've got some of the worst weather in Europe, and if we harness that properly, we should be powering our economy and powering our society and our communities so much better than we are, where right now Scotland's being robbed blind. Per head of population, Scotland should be one of the richest countries in the world. Look at our neighbours. We should be doing much better than we are. Nobody in Scotland should be living in poverty. Nobody in Scotland should have lower life chances than other countries do. So where does it all go wrong?
Anyone who's disabled and has care or social security in the UK is up for debate in Westminster. Doesn't matter what party's in power, they don't see us as people, they see us as a problem.
My promise to you is that I will make sure independence is understood as the route to a stronger and a fairer country.
That's why we need to vote independent, so that we can get a system with fairness, dignity and respect at the heart.
Not as nice to have, but as urgent and essential here and now. That is how we will make independence happen.
The UK economy's had a growth problem for decades. It means that we've got less money in the system for public services, we've got a less dynamic economy, which means too many people are in not very good jobs that are not paying well enough, and we've got high energy costs, which an independent Scotland would do differently. And the biggest thing that's overhanging all of it is the damage that's been done to the UK economy by Brexit.
It's changed the landscape, is unrecognisable from what it once was. And we were told in order to remain in the European Union there had to be a no vote. The opposite happened.
I think it's disingenuous of Patrick to say that no means out and yes means in, when actually the opposite is true. No means we stay in, we are members of the European Union.
It is quite clear that Scotland would have to reapply. It is not at all clear what the terms and conditions are that we'd have to meet. I know from
the EU, and that's the result of this referendum. The British people have spoken, and the answer is we're out.
People in Scotland are poorer because of the UK's low growth model and the UK inflicting Brexit upon itself and Scotland with it. It is demonstrably the case that we need to get back into the single market, the EU and the customs union. That'll be a huge boost for growth. And we've seen with Rachel Reeves' budget that it's not going to do much for growth. And all of this matters because too many people are struggling in what should be a rich country. And the Labour Party is making some noises at least about acknowledging the damage that Brexit's done, but they seem to expect credit for that when they're not actually doing anything to remedy it. What's more frustrating is that the Westminster parties don't even want to talk about getting back into the EU. I know, I was there making that point repeatedly. That, I quote, the impact Brexit has had on this country and its citizens. Well, for the avoidance of doubt, my country, Scotland. Brexit is self-inflicted. Brexit is also an ongoing process. Scotland has a very clear European perspective. My party is the most pro-European party in this Parliament. We need to get back into the EU, the single market and the customs union. That'll be a huge boost for our economy, which will be good news for you as a citizen, because that'll mean there's more money in the system for our public services and better wages for everyone who's working.
Independence in Europe, that gives us so many opportunities. We can really thrive if we're running our own show, not subject to the whims of Westminster.
Westminster don't want the people of Scotland to have a say in our future. Of course they don't, because I think we'll vote for independence next time round when we get the chance. And the people of Scotland will get that chance when the people of Scotland vote for it. And the best vehicle to deliver an independence referendum and a yes in that referendum is the SNP. There's the wider yes movement, of course, but we need to get real. Westminster's against us, the parties are against us, and we can unite behind the SNP campaign at this election. So the choice at the May election is clear. There's parties that will serve Westminster's interests. The SNP's the party that's always going to put Scotland first and last and always. If you want to see a better community, if you want to see a better Stirling, if you want to see an independent Scotland back into the European Union, action on the cost of living, if you want to see a richer society as well as a richer economy, you need to vote SNP at this election. It's an SNP vote, both votes at the May election, because the people of Scotland deserve independence. Independence is the tool to the better country we all know that we can be.